you so much. It's so glorious to be here in Viva Las Vegas. I've always loved that nickname of yours, Joe Willie Name It. Makes him sound like...
Never. And it's the kind of thing Norman would say to me, we'd have these dramatic things. He says, now, didn't that feel good? And I go, no.
Marcus Valli was born in Detroit, 1955. The constant sound of factories and the smell of metal formed the backdrop of his childhood. The son of Italian immigrants who barely spoke English, he grew up hearing his father repeat, "In America, you either laugh or cry. Choose to laugh." Detroit in the 60s forgave no one. Street violence was just another obstacle for a family struggling to pay the bills. Marcus started working at 14, delivering newspapers before school. The money was little, but enough to buy his first comedy records. Are you enjoying this story? Jimmy Walker? Then help the channel with your subscription. Look, 94.8% of the people who watch these videos are still not subscribed to the channel. If you are part of that group, take the chance and subscribe now. It's free. And that way you'll keep receiving amazing stories from TV shows we still miss. Oh, and don't forget, at the end of the video, you'll find more stories like this one. At home, in front of the small cracked mirror in their shared bathroom, Marcus practiced expressions and jokes. He had no formal training, knew nobody in the industry, but possessed something rare: perfect timing for comedy. At 20, he fled to New York with $37 in his pocket. He slept on park benches, washed dishes in dirty restaurants, and at night, performed in comedy clubs where nobody else wanted to perform. His self-deprecating humor about poverty and immigrant life connected with audiences. In 1983, American television was undergoing a revolution. Sitcoms dominated programming and producers were looking for new faces. Martin Collins, an ABC executive, saw Marcus perform in a club. The next day, he offered him a test for a new show, Impossible Neighbors. Marcus would play Tony Moretti, a loud Italian-American living in a middle-class apartment building. When the show premiered in September 1984, nobody expected much. But in the third week, Marcus improvised a phrase that would change his life. "Are you kidding me?" said with his exaggerated accent, America went crazy. Children repeated the phrase in playgrounds. Comedians incorporated it into their shows. President Reagan used it in a press conference. "Are you kidding me?" was on T-shirts, bumper stickers, even in commercials. Suddenly, Marcus Valli was a star. At 29, he went from unknown comedian to national celebrity. His photo graced magazines. Fans asked for autographs. ABC doubled his salary. For a kid who grew up counting coins, it was like winning the lottery. But the spotlight quickly revealed its shadows. Behind the scenes, tensions grew. The main cast, especially Catherine Moore, who played the matriarch of the neighboring family, began to criticize the direction of the show. Moore, a respected actress from theater, believed that Impossible Neighbors should address relevant social issues. But the writers, sensing Tony Moretti's success, increased his role and reduced the depth of the stories. In 1986, during an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Moore declared, "Our show has become a one-line circus. This isn't what I signed up for." The statement was like a knife to Marcus's heart. That same year, David Chen, who played the patriarch of the neighboring family, abruptly left the show. In later interviews, he revealed that he couldn't continue in a show that had become an empty, repetitive joke. ABC solved the crisis by killing Chen's character in a car accident. Fans were devastated, but ratings remained high thanks to Marcus. The media labeled him ABC's golden boy, suggesting the network would sacrifice anyone to protect him. After Chen's departure, Moore also abandoned the show, returning only for the final season in 1989. The relationship between Moore and Marcus had completely deteriorated. For decades, rumors circulated that they never spoke again, even after the show ended. Marcus kept silent about these tensions for over 30 years. Recently, at 70, he finally spoke. He confirmed that Moore really hated the direction of the show but denied there was personal enmity. "She hated Tony Moretti, not Marcus Valli. We were never close friends. But we weren't enemies either. If the backstage dramas damaged his professional reputation, his political statements isolated him even more. While most actors supported liberal causes, Marcus surprised everyone by publicly announcing he was a staunch defender of the free market and conservative economic policies. On a talk show in 2005, he declared, "Government is not the solution to our problems. Government is the problem." The statement generated an immediate media storm. Marcus continued defending his positions, expressing admiration for Chicago school economists and criticizing government assistance programs. These views created a deep division. Many fans and colleagues considered him a traitor to his humble origins. Others celebrated him as a courageous voice against the liberal predominance in Hollywood. The professional consequences were severe. Directors avoided hiring him. Talk shows rarely invited him. Roles that would have been offered to him went to other actors. Marcus Valli, once loved by millions, became a divisive figure and increasingly less relevant. Even more surprising was his personal life. Unlike most celebrities, Marcus never married, never had children. When questioned, he simply responded, "Some people are born to form families. I was born to make people laugh." Tabloids frequently speculated about his romantic life. The most persistent rumor involved a supposed relationship with political commentator Rebecca Stein. Neither ever confirmed or denied the relationship, fueling further speculation. After Impossible Neighbors, Marcus's career declined. The 90s brought some minor opportunities, but none capable of repairing his image. He participated in films like Disastrous Vacation, 1992, and made appearances in series like Central Hospital and City Detectives. With fewer television roles, Marcus returned to stand-up. During the 1990s and 2000s, he toured the country, performing in clubs and casinos. The scale was much smaller than his TV peak, but for Marcus, it was proof he was still relevant. "Television is fleeting," he said in an interview, "but if people still laugh at your jokes, you still exist." At 70, when many stars have already retired, Marcus remains active. He still does occasional stand-up and participates in independent film projects. His estimated fortune is approximately $600,000, modest by Hollywood standards, but enough for a comfortable life. Marcus was never one for ostentation. He doesn't own mansions or luxury cars. He lives in a 2-bedroom apartment in Chicago, drives a 5-year-old car, and invests part of his earnings in literacy causes for immigrants' children. In 2023, he published his autobiography, Are You Kidding Me? Memoirs of a Serious Comedian, where he finally addressed the backstage conflicts and the consequences of his political positions. The book surprised critics with its brutal honesty and absence of bitterness. Today, Marcus Valli won't leave a legacy of great dramatic roles or an extensive filmography. What he leaves is a phrase that marked an entire generation. Are you kidding me? And that, for him, is enough. Are you enjoying this story, Jimmy Walker? Then help the channel with your subscription. Look, 94.8% of the people who watch these videos are still not subscribed to the channel. If you are part of that group, take the chance and subscribe now. It's free. And that way you'll keep receiving amazing stories from TV shows we still miss. Oh, and don't forget, at the end of the video, you'll find more stories like this one. Making an entire nation laugh, even if for an instant, he said in his last interview, is worth more than all the Oscars in the world. A life against the current. A life without a traditional family but lived on his own terms. Hollywood may no longer focus its spotlights on Marcus Valli, but every time someone repeats, "Are you kidding me?" his legacy lives on.